Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug, The New Powerpuff Girls, and Star vs. the Forces of Evil. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hello.
And Justin Cummings.
Hey, guys.
Today, Delaney, Justin, and I will be discussing today's July 25th episodes of Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Star on Wheels and Fetch that aired this morning, I guess, still. And
yes.
On Disney XD. We've been talking about every episode of Star Season 2 here on the Overly Animated Podcast. You can check us out at overlyanimated.com. Look for our 2 or 3 previous Star podcasts. I don't remember at this point. And we're back here talking about these 2 episodes. I think that's all we need to get into. So this is Delaney's first podcast discussing Star with us, correct?
Yes.
Yes, so that's good. So, as is tradition, we'll get her opinion on the series as a whole first. If you want Justin and I's opinions, you can go back and listen to previous podcasts. We'll chime in. Generally, Delaney, you marathoned the series recently. What are your thoughts on the series as a whole? What are your favorite aspects of it? Who's your favorite character? And what do you ship? That's what I need from you here.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So overall, I love the show. It was, I had seen an episode,
Oh, yeah. You've seen a few episodes before. Right?
Yeah, I had seen a few episodes before. I was in a hotel room and, we watched it and we were like, oh, this is cute. I like it. After seeing, in its entirety, I'm it's a lot different than I expected it to be. It's a lot more than I expected it to be. I love it. I just think little things like how the teacher is still a troll, that just blew me away. And it's just, and the laser puppies, which we get to talk about today. I love the laser puppies, and I just love this show. It's so. I kind of wish I could have watched a show like this when I was younger. That would have been a really good show for me to watch. This, I don't know, it just stars so wonderful, and then Marco is literally me. I'm Marco. I'm watching myself. I'm Marco.
Yeah.
And it's just great. Marco even practices the martial art that's similar to my martial art, and it's great.
Fave, who's your fave? Which of the 2?
Oh, that's really hard. It kind of flip-flops, from day to day. Okay. I guess, Marco is literally me, so I feel him, a lot. But then I just love Star so much. She's so ridiculous. I adore her.
Yeah. Okay. The most important question, are you in on Starco?
I am 110% in on Starco.
Oh, man.
What?
Originally I was I'm not going to ship it. And then we kept watching it, and I was I love Marco. And then of course, we had that whole, Star's diary thoughts on Marco, and I was oh god, it's gonna happen. And then the Blood Moon Ball, I lost my mind. I was so I it's okay. It doesn't have to happen. I'm not gonna I like that they're not a thing. Also, Marco being really awkward and being yeah, we've done all sorts of kinds of kissing. You shut up, Marco. You don't know anything. So I am I'm fine with Starco. It's cute. Love it. Good stuff.
Okay,
but it doesn't have to happen.
Good. I have another Starco shipper finally. Justin.
Does Justin not ship?
Yeah.
I ship Marco and Jana.
Yeah.
If there was anything I ever could have predicted before I came on here, I'd be Justin ship Starco.
Yeah, you would think.
So,
yeah.
I like Jana. She's cool. That's fine.
I barely know who Jana is still, but hopefully we'll.
But Starco though.
This episode gave me a new ship though.
Yeah. Well, we had our Marco and what's her face this episode, so we'll be. I feel like we had some of that. Jackie was in this episode, yeah. So that's another competing ship. We'll discuss all of this.
Wait, no, you ship Jana. I got the names mixed up. Jackie's fine. Jana's super weird.
Jana's
Stop.
the weird one, yeah.
Yes, she is super weird, which is why it's great.
Free Marco. No.
Free Marco.
Come on.
Free him. Anyway, last week we talked about Mr. Candle Cares and Red Bell. Mr. Candle Cares, I absolutely love that episode. One of my faves, and Giancarlo Volpe back on the show, which is great. Or not back, but back into our lives as FTSW OVA. Let's get into Star on Wheels and Fetch. I guess let's take Star on Wheels first. This is the one where Star's riding a bike and she loses control and
quote unquote around riding.
Riding, gliding, yeah. And Oscar is there and stuff happens. Delaney, what were your thoughts on Star on Wheels?
I liked it. It was funny. Like, it was just so ridiculous. Like, it was really cute to me. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm holding on. And like, oh, it was just so sweet. Like, I just really liked it. And then, of course, it's absolutely ridiculous that she's just gliding on this bike for like literally the entire episode. So you're not even pedaling, Star. Like, you're wearing me out. But I really liked it. Oscar was in it in a not annoying way, so that was A+.
Yeah, someone in the comments posted about Oscar recently, and I didn't remember who he was, so I'm glad.
How do you not remember who Oscar is?
Why would I remember? He's so inconsequential. Oscar and Jenna, super inconsequential. Anyway, that's
Oscar's
also
at least been in more episodes than Jenna.
I guess Oscar's the type of character I don't like too, but he's fine.
Yeah, same. Right.
He's fine. Yeah,
he's fine.
Justin, what are your thoughts on this episode?
I like this. The first time I actually enjoyed seeing Oscar because he was like, "Oh, we gotta go get Star. Okay, we can go get Star. Let's do that. Sure, why not?" He seemed still aloof and Oscar-ish, but he at least wasn't hindering the episode entirely. The one good thing to come out of this episode, I kind of ship Oscar and Glossaric now. It's weird, but I'm digging it.
Stop with these ships. Like, what are you doing?
Ship this.
No.
Don't ship Glossaric with anyone. He's literally the creepiest.
Why can't I ship Glossaric Oscar?
It's literally the creepiest thing ever is Glossaric. Like, no.
Why Oscar deserves him.
Shipping Glossaric with someone is the equivalent of shipping Tiki with someone in Miraculously.
Yeah,
and I do that too. Wait, I ship her with Plog.
That's different. If there was a Glossaric equivalent, which probably is coming, to be honest. Like, we're probably getting female Glossaric.
No.
You like Star on Wheels though?
I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah. Okay. So asterisk. I like the show. I like the show.
I knew this would be. I was expecting
There's
this.
There's no substance.
I thought Mr. Candle Cares was incredible. Honestly, one of my favorite episodes of TV this year. That being said, I've said this in my general thoughts. I do think most episodes of the show are like not good. I think most of them are like below 5s on the Dylan scale. It's something hopefully the show will overcome. This episode is, I don't think, very good. It has its moments, but overall it's kind of just disjointed, and let's throw these random characters in there and let's kind of not make any sense. Overall, the conclusion is Starco. So, how bad can it be when the ending, when Marco has his hand around Star at the end of this episode for like one shot of animation? Don't think I didn't notice this. And so overall, like, how bad can it be? But at the same time, this is not well constructed TV in terms of narrative. Like, this is when the show feels like a kid's cartoon to me a lot. And then sometimes the show is like a normal show we cover, and I feel like this is closer to the former, and Fetch is closer to the latter, although it's also not like in any sort of Mr. Candle Cares territory, I mean, like, it has its redeemable parts, Star on Wheels, but just the giant mill of the thing when we like kind of lose track of her and then she's jumping over everything. It's like whatever. But whatever. It's fine. The show's still fun even when it's not great. So it's okay. Let's go through the specifics. I don't have a lot written down, but we start with Star riding on the back of Marco's bike. Like, this is just one giant shipping episode. Like,
so cute.
I mean, I guess the asterisk, what Delaney was talking about before. My general thoughts are that I like the two of them's dynamic, and I love how they're just like really like good like friends and like important people in each other's lives without it being romantic. And as they add in potential romantic elements, we can go towards this type of like romance actually based on like solid foundations for like children, that it's not something we ever see, or we could just keep them non-romantic. Both options are very different than what we normally see, and appealing in their own right, basically. Which I think is kind of what Delaney was getting at a little bit, is also how I feel about it. But yeah, should learn to ride one yourself. You can do that. By the way, I might not attribute some of these lines, so Justin, Delaney, correct me if I don't know who's saying something. Some things are going to be obvious here, but the bike is my baby, my honey, and then Marco kissing the wheel. Yeah, that seems like Marco.
Yeah,
like worshiping his bike. Yeah. Where are the giant invisible goats to pull you?
Okay. This gag though, like.
Everything on Muni is pulled by giant invisible goats. So I actually like where the show's at mythology-wise, where they can just add in dumb stuff like this everywhere. Like the show's mythology is not defined at all. Like we don't know nothing about Muni. We've been there a few times, but it's still like you could basically just add anything you want onto it.
Yeah, no, because it's like this medieval but super fantasy place. So it's like, okay, yeah, they like. You're a princess, and it's kind of medieval, but there's dragons, so I don't know. Who cares? It's whatever.
It's just so loosely defined that
I love it.
You can just add random stuff, and the show is pretty dependent on kind of random plot elements popping up. So I think it's a really good thing that I honestly think that it's a little bit dangerous to learn more about Muni, which I assume.
Well, especially since we live in I say we live there, but the dimensional scissors and stuff. Like it's this really weird mix of magic and. Almost science, it's almost science magic, and it's.
We don't live in stars. You're saying stars' world is different than our world?
Am I? I don't know. That sounds really weird.
This is like the Rick and Morty question.
This is like the Rick and Morty question. Oh no.
By the way, Delaney, obviously.
Can they see Rick and Morty?
Yeah. Dimensional scissors equals portal gun. Obviously, that's
obviously
the big crossover here. Yeah. So who's the since I have my Rick and Morty there, who's the Rick and who's the Morty of Star and Marco?
Star's Rick, Marco's Morty.
Correct.
Not a question.
Correct. Yes. Right. So it's it's pretty. This is Rick and Morty for kids. This show. It's
pretty.
Yes.
It's pretty magical.
Yeah. Coasting taught me everything except how to stop. Then Marco goes and calls Star from her mirror, and apparently her makeup container. I don't know the proper term for this, but his
it's like her powder.
Her compact, right? Yeah, her compact.
The fact that Justin got to that.
Co-ed dorm halls.
Yeah, shocked Justin knew that first, but compact was is a phone. Has this happened before on the show? Because this seemed new to me. It happened in both episodes too.
I dig her ringtone.
I don't think we've seen it before. I mean, it's fine. Or did we assume she was using the wand? I don't know.
I thought she's used the wand for calls. I could be wrong though.
I don't know. I wasn't shocked that it was her compact. It's fine.
I guess she is magical everything. I mean, the beginning of the show presents it as here's a magic wand. This does everything. Nothing else you have is magic. Right. So having the compact in the mirror, these are kind of additions the show has made. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the compact's been there all along. But hey Marco, I like Star. It's pretty great.
They're so cute.
Bring my one, yeah, so cute. Oh yeah, well we'll get even to more of that. Randomly Oscar in this episode. It's okay, we have an Oscar episode, I guess.
At least he was like, why are you randomly in my driveway?
Yeah. JK everywhere is my studio, he says, which is it's a live workspace.
Lives in his car.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because he talks about his mom a lot, so it's so you don't live at home. Mm-hmm. But do you? Secret Life of Oscar.
Yeah. What do you think of Gene? What was it? It was a what type of thing was it? I don't even remember. His thing.
Wasn't it? It was like a chinchilla kind of thing.
I don't know. Okay, it was his pet thing anyway.
I don't know. It was like a gerbil. I don't know.
Double
ferret. I think it might have been a ferret.
It was way too long to be a gerbil.
Okay. Well, good analysis here. Mover. Jump into other paint's arms. I don't even know what that is, but I have that written down. So, mover jump into other paint's arms.
Well, what does that even mean?
Yeah, that meant something when I wrote it. I'm sure it's a quote. I'm sure it's a quote from the episode. No, I remember. Oh yeah, there's the two male movers, and as they go past them, jumps into
yes.
Yeah. I really liked how they shot that because you think it's a person, but then no, good job. That was great. I enjoyed that. They got me.
So
that's one of the most clever use of that trope of going through the painting I've ever seen.
It was pretty good.
Now the way to sell Dylan on an episode is obviously to bring in Glossaric.
Obviously.
Who is Justin and I talked about this in episode 1. One of the weakest elements of the show at this point. Delaney, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with that statement about Glossaric?
Oh, okay. Did you not realize that when you said that I knew immediately because I can watch a show now and be like, Dylan doesn't like him, and I know all the reasons.
I actually liked Glossaric in his first episode in the
right. Lick the sides.
That was actually good. And now since then we've gotten just
well, in the first episode he's kind of like Guru Patik, but then now he's just terrible.
And just everything about him now involves some form of meat. and like that's also unappealing to me. Like
He's right,
yeah.
exactly.
So-
He's like super creepy,
yeah,
and
I don't know
Glostrick's-
why we need Glostrick in every episode. Like,
okay, yeah, for real. Like, we don't need to like. Okay, yes, I really enjoyed Glostrick in the first episode because it was like ridiculous, and it was like, okay, there's pudding. Like, I was just obviously it's very different, but it reminded me of Guru Patik from
Avatar, yeah.
and like, but it's just no Glostrick. Every time I see him, I cringe. I'm like, no.
I guess this was an okay use of him, like having him talk to Oscar. Like,
I mean, and it was like obviously we don't, we wouldn't want to eat the. I can't believe it was a meatball sub. It looked like a chili dog.
yeah,
and
no, it was definitely not a meatball.
I
Definitely
thought
not
that was
also.
chili dog.
It was, yeah. Like, I don't know what they're talking about.
I was disturbed. Obviously, Dylan and I are not about the eating the meat, but
that
Wait, are you
definitely
both
was not
vegetarians?
it was funny.
Yes, yes. So,
Yes.
so we're out on the meat heavy Glostrick.
Yeah, we're not about that.
Not.
Cool.
There's real reasons to not, other reasons to not be an on Glostrick, as Justin and I discussed before. But so you like the use of Glostrick in this episode, Justin?
No!
Well, you said you
I-
ship him and
I ship Oscar and Glostrick. That doesn't mean I need to see it happening.
okay, you're
I
really
ship
weird.
it.
What do you?
You're really weird.
What do you?
Okay. Now that we have seen Oscar and Glostrick together, they can leave the show forever and go do their own things and never ever come back. Both of them.
Wow!
Just
Oh,
go
oh,
away.
wow! Harsh words about Oscar. Jeez.
Yeah.
I thought Oscar was okay this episode.
Oscar was fine.
I mean, I don't like him. I don't like Star like Mabeling boy crushing, right? But
Yeah.
I like how they do it in the show because it's not frequent and it's just like it's kind of this weird application of her as like Oscar. Right?
Yeah, because
like,
it's Star.
yeah, it's just really
Everything
weird.
is just more tolerable because it's Star,
Yeah, that
because
is
of how
true.
her character
Yeah.
is.
I would be fine with Oscar leaving. I'll accept because that leaves more room for Starko, obviously. So, but their dynamic was okay. I guess I'm the defender of them in this episode. I thought their dynamic was fine, but not magic, not my problem.
No, but it
beyond,
makes
like,
sense though that Glostrick and Oscar would get along because Marco hates both of them. So
yeah, true.
that's Marco's life. Like I really enjoy that they do this. Like they always stick Marco with two people he just hates,
Yeah.
and they like get along. And he's just like,
Yeah. Oh, you can see when I start not liking the episode. I have a bunch of Z's. Zzz in the outline.
yeah.
This is
That's
Oscar's song.
Dylan's thing.
Yeah, I didn't even want to take notes on it. Star flies out of the sinkhole. Oh yeah. Okay, this is a good part of the episode. She's like gonna go into the sinkhole, and then she like her puberty wings, and then
They
she
brought
starts
the
flying out.
wings back.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, I think in a recent podcast I was like, Justin, remember Star has wings? He's like, what? Like that's a thing?
What?
Like, yeah. So this is our first.
I knew
use of
they were
Star's
going to bring it
wings.
back, and I'm glad they did it kind of in a casual way this first time because I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll be like
They're definitely
more-
building towards something. Like, yeah. Does her mom just have like wings? I've never noticed this.
Okay, that is a really good question. Does she?
Justin,
Okay.
does I forget her name, but yeah, does Star's mom have wings? Is this a thing?
Probably, but
I guess she.
I have a
has
feeling
them.
it's somewhere in the queen handbook that a queen never shows her wings or something
Yeah.
of that nature.
Yeah.
Which
Also, I
that
guess
could
we're
be a plot
assuming
point.
They grow. They probably don't. They might just have little wings.
I assume they grow, but that's true. It could just be little wings. Yeah. So I did like that part. Use wand as we get the Oscar moment. Yeah, just like a lot of times we try to like move the episode along by having Star be like incompetent and oblivious, and like she is, but also it's annoying when it's for the plot purposes. Like,
Yeah.
it's like this. It's like, oh, she freaks out of Oscar, therefore they like move on to the next section of where they're going. Got you, trust me. Hand told, you believing in me is all I need. Oh my god.
And then she pushes him off.
Yeah. And then we get a great Starko hug, and like Marco like leaves his arm around Star, and it's
Also,
pretty
for
great.
the record, his bike had pump brakes. I just want that established. He had like on his handlebars there were brakes. I just want that pointed out. Like really?
Yeah. I was digging the end of the episode at the very least. Oscar ride home on bike. Yeah, goat left long ago. Yeah. Everything. I didn't even talk about the goat coming back, the invisible goats. But yeah, that was the thing too. Digging the Starco at the end of the episode. Definitely a thing.
Yes, Starco forever.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Fetch, unless there's anything we missed out on Star on Wheels. But Fetch an episode even weirder than the
Yes.
last one.
Yes.
I feel like it's kind of up there with like Ludo Alone. Like it's pretty weird.
I mean, I guess that's like a completely different type of episode. I guess anyway, let's Delaney, thoughts on Fetch.
Okay, so I think I liked it less, just a little bit, than Star on Wheels, just because it was like really weird. Like I was just really confused the whole time, and then we got to the end, and like the like creepy girl who like wanted a dog, like that just like really like I couldn't handle that. Like, it was just like really weird. But I mean, I liked it. It was an interesting episode. It was, you know, the kind of the typical like, oh, I'm watching Star versus the Forces of Evil, and you think something kind of normal is going on. No, it just this dog can talk, and it's like, oh, that's cool. I'm fine with that. So like it was good. I enjoyed it. It was just like weird, which is typical of the show.
Mayim Bialik, the voice of the dog. Apparently, I didn't notice her.
That's great.
That's kind of a big get for the. But
Wow.
the show randomly has pretty kind of big guest stars. I mean, we constantly have what's his face is Glassrick, right? So it's
Yeah.
And we had like Jessica Walter, yeah, and we had Jim Gaffigan and Jessica Walter. Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff. Anyway, Justin, thoughts on Fetch?
I did not realize that's who the dog was, and
Yeah, I
I
didn't
am
realize
now
that
blown
either.
away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does that improve? I don't think Mayim Bialik's like a wow. I mean, like she's. Cool,
I
but-
happen to be a huge Big Bang Theory fan, so yes, I am blown away.
That's very
I
good
am-
character. Anyway,
It's me.
I feel you, Dylan.
yeah. Continue. What do you think of Fetch?
I mean, I got my laser puppies. I said
Yeah.
last week I wanted laser puppies in this
Laser
episode.
puppies are
I
great.
got my laser puppies. I like laser puppies. That's all I have to say about
Yeah.
this episode is laser puppies.
This is
Laser
actually
puppies.
this is like our biggest Laser Puppies episode. I think we see a lot
bigger
of
than the
applications.
talking laser puppy.
I think so. Like we see a lot of applications of the laser puppies. We talked about this in previous podcasts. Laser puppies, one of both Justin and I's favorite like things in the show.
It's so great.
Like in the beginning, so there's the laser puppies in episode 1, and then they don't bring them back, and then eventually now they're just this recurring thing to the point where they're just like this dominating presence in Fetch. Like now they're just like I compared this to Delaney. I compared the laser puppies to Mabel's grappling hook. Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's just
Yes.
randomly there in the plot, and it's not intended to be in the rest of the show, but then it's like brought back just because everyone loves it too
Yes.
much. Like it's but
Perfect.
But her grappling hook wasn't brought back until the finale. Like the laser puppies were recognized like midway through season 1.
Early, they were recognized early
Yeah.
enough that they had to begin. They had
now
to
it can
keep
be-
coming back.
Yeah, and they're pretty great. Okay, let's
I
talk,
love
let's
them.
talk about the laser puppies. Yeah, we have this whole thing about Marco trying to get the straw into the juice box.
Me,
There was a very Marco subplot.
Yeah, I guess so.
it is.
Get control of puppies. Okay. All over Star answers. I don't remember anything. Yeah, she answers her thing again, right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's her compact. Yeah, that's two episodes in a row. Can't right now, Mom. Things are happening. That's what you said last time. Yeah.
it hangs up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this whole beginning sequence I really liked. It was pretty cute and
Was it the
inconsequential.
puppies under control? Is that when he was just like grabbing all of them?
I guess so. Yeah. There's just like how many laser puppies are we at, Justin? You can't.
I think there are 6. There could be 8 or 10.
I feel like there's like 8. Yeah, I think we're more
There's
in
a
the
lot
8 range.
of them.
There's a lot. Fetch the wand. You're just a dog. Yeah, this whole thing with the dog in the beginning is very weird. For a second I thought you're just a doggy. For a second I thought you were a gargoyle. Is your person here somewhere? Says Star. Everyone always leaves when we get here. It's about them in the park.
I
don't think
wonder
we've-
why.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen them in the park before. This
No.
is
That was actually a pretty good gag.
yeah.
Though it is funny, they've shown before though, like with other people, like Marco's dad got like hit in the eye, I think, with the laser puppy once. So like it's really funny that like they've done this before. We had like people getting attacked by the laser puppies, so this makes a lot of sense. Like
Yeah.
this is really funny.
Yeah, I didn't say what I thought about Fetch. I thought it was good, better than the last one. It was fine. Laser puppies, etc. Yeah. What Justin said. Marco goes to bed with like the eight laser puppies. Like,
So cute.
yeah. take the dog to school. Cool hat star butterfly says says Jackie. Oh yeah. Oh shut up. Like,
Oh, that was so good. I just shut up. It was great.
oh shut up. I like it. That's we're gonna interpret this as a Starco moment. We're gonna mark this down in the Starco territory. Star not crazy about
We're missing a great line though. You skipped one.
the dog, not a coat. I don't remember the context.
No. Where before she went to bed, I sleep with that wand. I keep it under my pillow, even though my mom says not to because radiation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was,
Yeah. I was a little like okay. I guess radiation is the thing too.
Just the calm delivery of that line was perfect.
Yeah. Star not liking Jackie is total Starco, by the way. For the record.
100%. Yep. Starco.
Starco. Poster off motion door. Oh yeah, Star.
Oh, this was so good.
This is the stupidest gag. Yeah, Star trying to get the poster off the slide door.
But it's like such a Star gag. It was great.
It's like baffled by this Earth technology.
No, it makes. I would do this though. Like I would be like, how the heck am I
Who
going
would
to
put a poster there? That's such a bad idea.
That's so good. It's love it. Everything about it is perfect.
Smallish, medium to large dog, etc., etc.
You're a small to medium to largest dog.
Yeah. Yes. Also, Star's the only one that would fall.
This trap
May or
was
may
laid
not
just
bark.
for Star.
Lydia, I think she's like not like a child. I think she's like an old
No,
person.
she's like an adult.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about like she had like okay, she bought the slushie and put it on Marco's tab. It's like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Why does he have a tab there? Yeah. And
Like,
also,
he
yeah,
actually
the
went
fact
with
that Star usually creates money with her wand to pay for things. Like that's a little dangerous here.
We'll have a podcast about how Star is ruining the world's economy.
Yeah, the Star is the next podcast is Star vs. Evil's Force of Evil's world economy in ruin because of Star manifesting money from her wand. That's the title of the next podcast, and we'll discuss that in depth. And we'll bring on an economic expert to see like how much money Star would have to manifest in order to tank their economy. And we'll talk about that. Willow B from the street.
But it's funny because we never see her actually spend money. So
yeah, I guess so. Star up. The Marco with one of the laser puppies. Up, bark, play pirate. Laser through the hole. Tries that. Yeah.
Straight in the face.
The glowing eye.
Yeah.
So good.
Your eye's red.
At the park, a beautiful businessman. That was a weird gag. In the bathroom, then the dog starts, and then Star like finds Maya and Bialik apparently talking. In my dimensions, dogs are the ones with all the problems. Use bottom. I thought if I zapped myself with your wand, I could be like them. Can't run away from your problems. You run away from your problems all the time, says Marco.
I take breaks.
Yeah, take breaks.
Breaks.
You and Marco too, Lydia. Lydia, I've been here all along. Star like gives the dog the necklace, and why are you talking to me like that? That's yeah. But okay, so what's this whole ending thing with what's the moral of the story? I don't think there is one.
Like I feel really bad for like the dog. Like no.
This kind of threw me into. I could be wrong. All I could think was the allegory of the cave from Plato.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes,
really?
It makes sense. Because the dog sees all these issues. It wants to go back to this world of ignorance, and it can't, but it does. So I guess the moral of the story is ignorance is bliss.
The fact that you just referenced the cave for this episode.
Yeah, we're getting a good sampling of all the facets Justin brings to the table here, in quotes. That last phrase was in quotes, but
in quotes.
Yeah. Delaney, what's your philosophical analysis of the end of this episode?
My philosophical analysis of the episode is we've had episodes like this before though, because Star's like there are no morals to the show. Star just does whatever she wants and weird things happen. That's it.
This is one of those new age. This is a new trend in modern children's animation where you don't actually care about providing a moral, and you kind of use that as like a humor point at the end of the episode. I'm trying to think of like what show exemplifies this trend, but maybe Gravity Falls was kind of.
I would probably say Gravity Falls.
I feel like there's one show that I feel like did this all the time. I'll think about that. But yeah, this is definitely kind of a Star thing. I don't think it's like super prominent. I don't think it's like a thing they do all the time.
No.
But this is definitely an example of just this weird thing happening at the end that kind of had different meanings, but it's not specifically supposed to like have any takeaway.
Like she just gives her the necklace, so she doesn't have to write a thank you note. Like you should still write a thank you note, Star.
Yeah, I wonder. Yes, like we're pretty selective with what we like have try to chastise Star over on the show. Like we're very forgiving of a lot of her quirks and stuff,
Right.
which I think is a really good thing.
Yes. She's literally from another dimension. Like it's okay.
Yeah, it's in the theme song. Yeah, and it is weird. Like I wonder because the show does like have like Star, you need to take responsibility. So like Marco tries to chastise her like in this episode too. And I don't know. I don't think the show's like taking on Marco's perspective or anything though.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's interesting. This is maybe a specific topic for Star at a later date.
Right.
Like,
well, there's like that. Well, there's been an episode or two where Marco that's really what causes strain on their relationship is like, Star not the safety kid. Of course they're gonna have like conflict and
emphasis on relationship for sure.
Yes, relationship.
Yeah. Anyway, next week is Star versus Echo Creek. I think that was the football team we saw one episode. I feel like we already had this. Like, wasn't this already an episode? Wasn't the football?
Well,
episode?
it could just
Echo
be
Creek, our town.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
What?
Yeah, we don't know.
Echo Creek Academy. That's where she goes.
I thought
it
was that's where they go to school. Okay, so that's.
Did you? Okay, wait, y'all didn't. Yeah, no, that's where they go to school.
Does Star take on City Hall? Because I want that now.
I don't think they
is
live
Echo Creek
in
the town name, or is that just the school?
I don't think that's where okay, this is gonna sound really weird. I can't think of why I don't think that's the town name, but I distinctly recall watching the episodes and there being something where I'm like, okay, they live here, but the school they go to is Echo Creek Academy.
I have no notion of their town name, so maybe we're missing something. And then Wand to Wand, and I saw the preview for next week, and Wand to Wand's gonna be we're gonna see like a plot episode. So it's gonna be good.
I'm assuming this has to do with Ludo and his.
Bring him back.
I thought it was Star and her mother.
No, the two wands. No, bring back in Ludo and the two wands.
Because Ludo has the other half of the wand.
Yeah, I assume I don't know if it's that or if it's the first episode, but I assume that's the second episode from Wand to Wand. So that's gonna be good. Get into that, and then we have each of the next 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks after that. We have Star in the episode titles. Have we done that like every week? No. Star. We have Starstruck, Star Sitting.
Nice.
Great. Anyway, that's it. Let us know your comments. Tell us about the economic ramifications of Star manifesting money. Tell us about the philosophical ramifications of the end of the episode, and tell us about the name of their hometown. And we will discuss all these things. Comments, Tumblr Ask, YouTube comments on the website, YouTube comments, and let us know if you're enjoying our Star coverage, and we'll be back next week. Next week, probably not out on Monday. I might do that Wednesday. Beginning of next week, I'm away, so we'll selective in what we're approaching when it airs. We'll see about that, but we'll have it up at some point next week, but probably not right away like these. These aren't even right away though, because the show airs at we don't do 11 a.m. coverage of Star. We're not doing that.
Why not?
Tell us why the show airs at
because we did 11 o'clock Cora. We're not reliving that. Yeah. So
tell us why Disney XD airs this show at 10:30. Tell us that.
On Monday, who?
The answer is because I have a job, Justin. That's the answer part. Yeah.
Same. The answer is also Delaney has a job.
So that's why I'm not recording this. But anyway, patreon.com/overlyanimated, overlyanimated.com. Thank you very much to our patrons. Mitch, Cordell, Beatrice, Nate, Andy, Jamie, Rachel, John, Ryan, Catherine, Taylor, Davon, and Jade, aka Fever, Mitch, Kunusi, Big Exchange, Nathan Fillion, Buzz Lightyear, Mailman, Rachel Rose, Jennifer, Opera, Brian, Quick Cat, Needle, to be determined, and Jewel. Keep up with our Steven Universe coverage all week, and we'll be back in each of the next few days to discuss Steven Universe, and back next weekend for Ladybug, and back probably next Wednesday for Star. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.